Can you see the Matlab in Jupyter web browser?
Yes, I can see it.
Okay, yeah, then we are okay. So I will describe how to use Matlab in a Jupyter notebook, and this is more specific, I would say, because this is not that common from my what I have seen, but it can allow you to do more interactive work, especially if you want to do some Python coding inside Matlab. Yeah? So that is possible. This connection of Python and Matlab, yes, in a more interactive manner. Yeah. So we will be using
Okay.
the labs. Yeah. Do you ask something?
No, yes, said okay.
Okay. And yes, this in order to use this setting, you need to use a Jupyter Lab, yeah, at HPC2N and UPPMAX, and you need to use the thin link nodes, yeah. And because this is an interactive job, it is recommended for short jobs, especially if you are in the phase of developing your code. Yeah. So especially on HPC2N, we will have a nice interactive GUI that will come soon, and it's called Open on Demand. And this will give you the real world of Jupyter Lab on the web browser, yes? So that you
Okay.
can do your interactive jobs. Yeah,
But that doesn't exist yet, or
it exists. It exists, and I can provide you with a link, but this is still in the testing phase. Yeah,
okay, that makes sense.
yeah, and this is really, really nice, I would say. So you will get the experience of Jupyter Labs, even if you want MATLAB. MATLAB is already there, yeah, and Visual Studio and other tools. Yeah. So, but currently we are supporting the Jupyter Labs in the way I will describe now. Yeah, and it requires some work from your side that will be reduced with Open on Demand. Yeah. So if you want, you can send me an email, and then I can send you a URL for trying the Open on Demand on Kebnekaise. So these are the projects that we have seen for this course at the different centers. Yes. And here, this is what we saw previously as well for MATLAB, for interactive jobs. So we can run some jobs on the login nodes, but only if they are really lightweight. They don't take longer than 1 second, let's say. But otherwise, we can use the sbatch command on the terminal. Yeah, we have seen this option in MATLAB, as Brigitte mentioned, by writing an sbatch script. Or I have also shown you how to write a handler on the MATLAB GUI, and then directly from the GUI we can send it, yes, with the run command on Matlab. So on Lunar, they support desktop on demand, yes, which is not the same as we will support at HPC2N, but is similar in the sense that you request your resources through a GUI, and then you get an interface with several tools, including Matlab, Jupyter notebooks, and so on. So this can see a bit cumbersome at this moment, yeah. So because in order to use Jupyter notebooks, you need to follow these guidelines as I am doing here. Load the Matlab module, right? And then if you want to use uh, a CUDA, module for the GPUs, then you can also try this one, yeah. And yes, I will load this. I also want to use some CUDA module, as in this case, because I know that my code supports GPUs. Then I create an environment called MATLAB N. For instance, you can call it as you want. This is a Python environment. And then I did it previously, and this creates a folder called MATLAB N. As you can see here, it's already there in my case because I created previously. And then once you have this, you can activate the environment with the MATLAB M and bin and activate. So you activate the environment in this way. And then you start with the installations. First, we recommend some upgrade of the PIP. So you type this. And all these installations will be done in your environment here, yes? So then we can install Jupyter Lab as it is here, and also this one, which is the MATLAB, Jupyter MATLAB proxy to connect MATLAB and Jupyter. So these installations will be done inside this environment here, which is a clean environment for Python. Yeah. And finally, we can deactivate the environment if we don't need that. Deactivate. Yeah. And now that we have these uh, installations completed, we can use this script. Yes, I can copy this, and then I will paste in my folder. Let me see if I haven't done it previously. No. I will paste this script. And here I need to do some editing. This is essential in HPC, so we will never end doing some editings in the files because sometimes we need to change the settings. In this case, I am just editing the project type. Yes, a project ID. And this one is for HPC2N and for the present course. I will also ask for one core. Yeah. And also the time, for the time, we also need to do some editing, maybe some 20 minutes is enough. And this is the number of GPUs that I will request, yeah, which is one card of the L40s GPUs. Then I do the purging, as it is here in this line. Here I load the MATLAB module and the Python module and the CUDA module for the GPUs. So these are the lines that I the modules that I loaded when I created the environment, as you remember. And here I activate the environment that I created. Yeah. And here you remember that I can source the environment. Yes, and here there should be the modules that I install with PIP. And this line, yes, this line will start a Jupyter Lab, but it will only provide me with the URL. Yeah. So the output will be a URL. So, okay, so now I think everything is correct. So I submit the job. Yeah. So the job is submitted here. I can check the job in the queue. And I can see that it is running here because it's the same job ID. Yeah. So then I take a look at the output files, and the output file for this particular case is this one. Yeah. So I need to wait a little bit until it is updated. Let me check if it is running. It's running. Something is now it's being updated. Now you can use some command like more or less to see the content of this file, the output file, and still wait. Yeah, now this sheet seems to be complete. So now you can see that it gives me some URLs, yeah, and I can choose this one, which start with BCN, and this is the name of the computing node where the task is running. So remember, I submitted the job with S batch, so the job is running in a computing node, not on the logging node. So I will copy this line here. Then I go to a browser on Kebnekaise, internet, and then a browser. And here I will paste the link. And you see that the Jupyter notebook is there, yeah. So then once we are in this interface, yes, we can start the Matlab kernel, as you can see here, or I can even start a Jupyter. This is a message that comes from another software and is not related to this part. So I can ignore this. So I can start a Matlab kernel. See this here. I will click on this. And I can do some computations now. As you can see here, Matlab kernel is loaded. So it means that I can do some calculations. A equal to 2. And you see that instead of using Python for running this job, we are using Matlab. Yeah. And there can be some things that you need to set at this point because Matlab most likely will ask you for the license. So you will need to get a license, yes. Or if you are working on the login node, if you are working on Kebnekaise, it will take the license from the HPC2N. So you can see here that Matlab is doing this computation. Then I can do another, and then just print out A plus B. And this is being computed in Matlab. Yeah. So we can also do a plotting and anything else. Yeah. Besides that, we can connect this notebook with some Python libraries. Yeah. Some way to connect with the Python libraries is discussed in this notebook example. Yeah. I have here an example. So you can see here a MATLAB function called MATLAB GPU. And then here is the code. And remember that I requested a GPU at the beginning. I am calling the function, which is described here. And then I do some plotting. So let me show you how it looks like. So I run this. So it seems to be some issue. Let me see. Using GPU array. Okay. Okay, I need to fix this error message. But the point is that here you can use your MATLAB code, right, for running on GPUs. So actually, I didn't expect this error message. Interesting. Okay, so yes, this was the idea of using a Jupyter notebook together with MATLAB. And if you want to try this notebook, you can check here the instructions, right? And is there any
That
questions about this part?
that sounds great. Uh, I'm working on trying to recreating it. It
Okay,
goes
yes, yeah, yeah. So I
it's
will
going so-so
check this
because I
notebook
installed something in
because
the wrong place. But yeah,
yeah, because as you have seen, maybe the point is that I am using a different types of GPUs. Yes, and that's why I'm getting this error. Yeah. But previously I used a different type of GPU like a V100, where I don't get the error. So I will check this example. Now, the last thing that we can do is that if we just close the browser, yeah, as I will do now. Yes, if I just close the browser, so it doesn't mean that I stop I stop the work, right? Because it is still in the queue. If I want to cancel the job, then I need to type S cancel and then the job ID. Yes. So, and this will terminate the Jupyter lab. So notice that this process is a bit cumbersome at this point, and this effort will be reduced with the new Open Up on Demand that is coming in the near future. So there you can just press a button for the Jupyter Lab, and this will open Jupyter Lab with the requested resources. Okay, so we can reconvene to the main room.